You know, there are days doing this where after losing the night prior, the following morning, you just want to get up and bang your head on your desk. And that's how I feel this morning, guys. Yesterday in the video report, I told you the Steelers-Titans game, it was a damn tough game, especially since the Steelers no-showed the week before at New York against the Jets. And they practically no-showed all of last night's game. Sure, they came back and won the damn thing, but they didn't even come close to covering. Just another reason why the Steelers are just a mediocre team and Mike Tomlin is just a mediocre coach. But I also told you on the video report on Monday that there were a couple basketball games I absolutely loved. Now, there were 3 plays that I loved. 2 of them I gave you right here on the video report. And if you listen to the analysis and you were to go find the game recaps and look at the box scores for those 2 games today, you'll see they pretty much played out exactly as I told you. Dallas Mavericks getting the job done with the win and cover at Charlotte with ease. And in college basketball, out of the blue, I give you TCU. And TCU takes care of business last night. Now, the problem is I went ahead and made my best bet, a discounted play here at the site, in fact, on the Brooklyn Nets, who were okay in the first quarter. They were up like 4 at halftime, and then they folded like a cheap suit against a Miami Heat team that was missing half its starting lineup. And those are the frustrating things that just want you to take your head and bang it on the desk the day after. But, you know, a lot of guys in this industry will say, oh, I keyed the wrong game. The fact is, listen, nobody keyed the wrong game. I picked the wrong game. It was my fault. You know, I have nobody to blame but myself. Unfortunately, I did take you down for the ride, too, and that sucks. The other thing that sucked yesterday is that Shawn Michaels actually lost a game. Yes, he lost a game. He had a 100-dime play last night on the Steelers as he was going for his 3rd consecutive Monday night 100-dime winner in the past 3 weeks, which means he is now 52, 26, and 3 with NFL 100-dime releases over the past 5 years. After, of course, cashing with that 100-dimer on the Chiefs on Sunday, 50-dimer on Saturday with Arkansas. And it also means the winningest football handicapper here at the site over the past 5 years has only made $10 bettors a little over $32,400. So, unfortunately, he did lose. But I'm going to temper myself actually here. We will not fire him because of that, because I have a feeling that he might rebound. I mean, listen, guys, that's why I always said that there are no guarantees in gambling, because sometimes that just doesn't work out. But what an incredible run he has had in football over the past 5 years. So anyway, let's move forward to today's card. There are a couple of college football games. They're both in the MAC. I have no opinion on either of them. Listen, if I knew UMass's quarterback was healthy, I'd probably go and give you UMass on the road. But the fact is, the Minutemen's quarterback sounds so weird, doesn't it? He's not 100% healthy, and frankly, without him at the trigger, you can't back UMass. But listen, in the NBA tonight, Anthony Redd, biggest play of the season, first 100-dime play. It's also 100-dime basketball winner number 12 out of 15. His last 100-dimer, it was his series play on the Spurs against the Heat in the NBA Finals last June. He has made $10 bettors in basketball, $10,585 over the past 3 seasons. And tonight, 100-dime basketball winner number 12 out of 15. It's the Knicks and the Bucks. You save $75 by using coupon code REDD. That's REDD, like he spells his last name. FYI, a little heads up, Brian Rosica, 85-dime winner number 3 out of 4. He is on the same side as A-Red in this particular game. Another guy, Scott Delaney. Listen, big plays, and we're talking about plays that he rates 50 dimes or higher in all sports combined. Over the past 3 years, $10 bettors have won $39,240. Saturday, 30-dimer on Florida State. Sunday, 50-dimer, Eagles, Packers over. Last night, 30-dimer on the Titans. Tonight, a play bigger than all of them. 80-dime winner number 15 out of 24. His MAC game of the year, Northern Illinois and Ohio, as he goes for winning day number 10 out of 14. You save $77 by using coupon code SCOTT22, SCOTT 22, because that means you get it for just $22. All your other promos, coupons, etc. are over on the homepage. Let's get to some free picks tonight. You know, I used Virginia Commonwealth last Friday as my college basketball opening tip-off game of the year playing, and VCU delivered with the home win. Well, actually, it wasn't a home win. They were actually playing in Annapolis at the Naval Academy. They were playing against a Tennessee team that doesn't have much talent back from last year's Sweet 16 squad, and they won rather easily, 85-69, even though their senior point guard and their real floor leader, a guy who had like 121 steals last year, Briante Weber, did not play in that contest. He was serving a one-game suspension. So instead, Jaquan Lewis started for him, and he had a devastating fall in that game. I don't know if you happened to see the TV replays of that one, but I mean, he really hit the back of his head when he came down. Had a concussion, may or may not play tonight, but the other guy is back, and that's key for this VCU defense because, look, you know how VCU likes to play it. Fast-paced game, pressure from one end of the court to the other. They force so many turnovers. I find it interesting that Toledo, a somewhat veteran team, returning 6 of its top 7 players from last year's 27-7 squad, struggled at home to a 71-58 win over Northern Arizona last Friday night. I say struggled because they committed 17 turnovers against Northern Arizona at home. Well, now they're going to VCU. You can't handle the ball, you got some real problems. But I have a problem with this number. FYI, this game tips off at 6 o'clock Eastern Time at the Siegel Center. It's a 14.5-point price, okay? That's a huge number. VCU is hands down the better team. But because VCU is coming off the big win in a a neutral site game, shall we say, and because now this is their home opener and they just don't lose at home that much, this is just a huge number. And you know what? I got to take Toledo plus the points in this game. I really think that you got to take Toledo plus the points. 14.5 points. How can you not bite on the Rockets in this particular game? A little game of bigger magnitude tonight. Champions Classic in Indianapolis at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Game number 1 is Duke and Michigan State. You talk about a game where you have no line value. Well, this is the Duke game because Duke opened on Friday and Saturday back-to-back blowouts at home against Fairfield, 109-59, and Presbyterian, 113-44. Now, I believe there are some AAU teams that could beat Presbyterian and Fairfield that easily. But then again, you're looking at a Duke team that is so young with 9 McDonald's All-Americans, it might as well be an AAU team. Listen, Okafor, the highly touted freshman, had 17 and 19 in his first 2 games. The other highly touted freshman, Winslow, averaged 16.5 points. The main veteran, Quinn Cook, 15.5 points. Now, on the other hand, you had a Michigan State team that, remember, no Adrian Payne, no Gary Harris. Yes, they have Brandon Dawson back. You have them coming off a lackluster performance at Navy, 64-59. They nearly blew a 13-point lead. Didn't help they had 15 turnovers in that game either. So again, you have no line value for this neutral side court game. You have a somewhat experienced Michigan State team against a raw, green, inexperienced Duke team. But based on everything I told you, would you really feel comfortable in this spot taking 7.5 points with the team that just struggled against Navy on the road? Oh, some people will say, yeah, it prepped them for this game. What did it prep them for? You went to Annapolis. You barely beat Navy. Does that prep you for going into Indianapolis and taking on Duke with all those McDonald's All-Americans on the damn team? Another problem with Michigan State is their shooting guard, Alvin Ellis. Left the Navy game with a sprained ankle, and he is anywhere from questionable to doubtful from what I've read here today. And they are very thin in the guard position as well. So I'm going to lay the 7.5 points with Duke. In reality, Duke should be no more than a 4.5 to 5 point favorite in this game because you've got all these freshmen and youngsters that are playing their first road game. But again, there's no value in this particular line either. So your 2 plays tonight, I'm going to go with Toledo as the overpriced road dog, and I'm going to go with Duke as the overpriced neutral site chalk. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all, and I will catch you again on Wednesday when we do this one more time.